Okay, welcome everybody. In this tutorial we're going to look at setting up our duck shoot game. So at the moment I've got two sprites. If you look down here in my sprite area here, I've got a background sprite which is just a simple blue background. I've put a cloud on here and I've also named it background, and I've also given it two pieces of code, or three in this case. I've gone to my event and added a green flag. I've gone to my go-to and added the go-to X0 and Y0. That will put the sprite in the center of the screen. And I've also gone to looks and I've told my background image or sprite to go to the background at the beginning. So I've used the go to and back, and that will send my sprite to the back layer. And also I've created grass and I've done an event, a green flag, and I've told my sprite to go to the center of the screen by using the go to X, Y, 0, 0. Okay, so that will give me the coordinate in the middle. And the reason why the grass is at the bottom, because in my costume, you'll see that the center of my sprite is here and the grass is positioned at the bottom. Okay, so there is my grass and my background. Also, I'm going to name my game. In the box up here, I'm going to call it Duck Shoot. So make sure you name your game here. Once you've done that, you've got your first two sprites. We're going to now create our target. Now our target is the sprite that we move around and shoot the ducks if you're using ducks. So I'm going to go down here to add a new sprite. So choose sprite, and I'm going to click on the paintbrush. And now you need to make sure your sight is in the center of the screen. So I'm going to draw a cross. This is often called a crosshair or a target. So I click on line and I'm going to make the thickness of my line a bit wider. I'm going to keep my outline as being black, and I'm going to draw a line in the center here. Then I'm going to draw another line in the center here. So that's my cross of my target. And then I'm going to go to my circle tool and I'm going to draw a circle in the middle. Now the good thing about vector graphics, there are different components that you can move around, so I can use my select tool and move these components to make them fit nicely. Okay, and that is my target. Now the next part is very important. You need a red dot to go in the center of your target. So I'm going to click on circle again, and this time I'm going to change my outline to no outline, and my fill I'm going to turn that to red. Okay, then I'm going to draw my red dot. It's going to go in the middle. Then using my select tool I'm going to move it into the middle of my target, and that is my target finished. Now if you want it a bit bigger, you can use the select tool and drag or lasso your target, and then that joins all the parts together, and using the handle on the corner you can shrink your target down, and it's entirely up to you the size. That is not too bad. So there's my third sprite, which I'm going to name target. Okay, so there is my three sprites to start off with, and I will see you in the next tutorial. So make sure you've named your sprites and you have made sure your background code sends it to the back and puts it in the middle, and make sure your grass is centered in the middle and that way, or arrange it at the bottom. Okay, so that is the first tutorial for setting your sprites up for the duck shoot game. Okay, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.